What's up, y'all? This is your boy J Bobs here on the call today for this AFC Championship game. I can't believe we made it this far. Um, yeah, it's quite the moment to be in this game for me. I haven't. I've made it to a conference championship before. It was a long time ago. I'll tell you that. Um, Back when I was playing in for those of you, I don't know if there's any of you still out there that followed me since I was playing band back when I was in high school. I was part of the coaches elite crew. Then they had a spin-off league called Between the Pylons, and in that league, I had control of the then Oakland Raiders and made it to the AFC Championship game. And I did it by knocking off the defending champion in the divisional round. It kind of felt like I had that sensation knocking off the defending champion, except Mar wasn't defending champion. He was just undefeated since he joined the league. Um, it's But the difference now, I feel like, is, well, one, I was kind of lucky back in Madden 17. And you could argue I was lucky, and I will wholeheartedly accept arguments that I was lucky. It does take a little bit of luck sometimes, especially against a guy like Mar. Uh, so I wouldn't disagree with that. But uh, I felt like I was really lucky back then to make it, and then I was completely exposed in that game. I got utterly destroyed in that conference championship. So I want to avoid that. Obviously, I don't. I want this to be a competitive game, regardless of the result. Though, what a season it has been. What a season we've had. Like, I could have never imagined being in this position coming into the season. I was just hoping to make the playoffs. And even like as I was playing against Dave the first time during the regular season when I was going to Acrisure Stadium to play him, it was not like I was chasing this aspiration to win a Super Bowl. It was, let's just make the playoffs. We're fending off OKC at this point, and we had to win that. We either had to win that game or we had to beat them head to head again, or not again. We didn't beat OKC this year except for that forced win at the end, which I guess that really doesn't count, except for in the record books. For me personally, it doesn't count as a win against him, but it counts in my record, I guess, if you know what I mean. Which is part of the reason why I'm hosting this game instead of going back to Acrisure. But put that aside, like, we would have, like, we were fighting for a playoff spot not long ago just to get into the playoffs, and that was mission accomplished. And for me, that was, the season is complete for me. I made the playoffs. And then I wanted to win a playoff game because it's been 5 years. It was 5 years since I won a playoff game. And then I pulled that off. And then it's like, okay. After that, I was just like, let's just go have some fun. Let's just try to hang in there against Mar and see what happens. And this is what happens. We're here now. So we gotta we gotta play with that same attitude. If we want to win this game, we gotta play with that same exact attitude that we don't expect to win, but if we do, we're gonna be celebrating. And yes, I know we beat Dave the first time, but I watched him play Cave. I watched him play Cave, and it was just like, wow, this guy ran all over him. So, like, it's not going to be a gimme. And our game plan here tonight, or I should say today, is 9:30 a.m. here on the East Coast. Our game plan here today has got to be to stop him at all costs. Stop him before anything else. Make Kenny Pickett beat us. Against Mar, it was Justin Herbert, Kenny, the Guyton receiver, Mike Williams, you name it. He's got everything on his side as far as throwing the football, but This guy's going to be a completely different animal. He's going to run the ball. He's going to try to run the ball. And the first 2 possessions in that first game against us, he ran it right down our throats and scored. And then we got a couple takeaways, and that changed the whole complexion of the game. So we want to force him into situations where he has to throw the ball. He might make a mistake or two. And it is overcast skies in Duval County. And this will certainly be the last time we see our home fans because Super Bowl is neutral if we do win. I didn't think we'd be hosting this game either. I thought if we did make it this far, we'd be on the road. Logan Cook tees it up for Austin in the end zone, and we are underway in the AFC Championship. He's going to get a running start. He did have a kick return for a touchdown against Cave. He just spin out a tackle. And he gets to the 25. It made me a little nervous there. Maybe my kickoff strategy needs to change a little because he did run back against Cave. We'll see. Maybe this is where he tries to do a little play action knowing that I'm going to be amped up to stop the run. No, he's actually going to run it. He breaks a tackle and gets a gain of 3. We were all over that stretch run, and that was an outside run. Our game plan is to stop the inside run. I wasn't sure if I should try to stop that or the outside run, but I figured stopping the inside run is usually the more formal thing to do. Now he's going to try to throw. And he's got Freiermuth for a first down as our guys on the right side were not in great coverage there. I mean, it was 2 on 3, and he read that perfectly. That's what allowed him to complete that ball. There we go. That pass is broken up, incomplete. He was looking for Johnson. And he's coming out throwing it 2 of the first 3 plays here. A little bit surprising here from Dave. A little bit surprising. But I mean, after all, maybe he's trying to catch me off guard with the is trying to throw the ball. And here on 2nd and 10, Harris stacked up, and he still pushes forward for a gain of 6. And it's 3rd and 4. And that pass, wide open Freiermuth. The flat was not, once again, the flat was open. As our safety that was out there just didn't do the job. And he's coming out throwing this football a lot here to start this game. He's play action fake, wide open. Austin cuts it back, gets inside the 25 for a first down. And this is what he did against us, except now he's doing it through the air, which is a little concerning. As he found his wide open receiver, and Cisco had to come up from that safety spot and make the tackle. And he's going to call an audible here. And that pass, it's picked off by Lloyd. And Lloyd can try to go the other way. He's brought down barely. He threw a pick. And I'm not sure. Yeah, he was looking for Harris, and he was under duress. And just like that, the Steelers' offensive ends with no points. And Najee Harris only had 2 carries on that drive, I think. A little surprising. That looked like a blitz all the way, and then he dropped out of it. And, oh, he was just able to get leverage over there with the... Dang. I didn't see him using that linebacker. Then he switched to him at the last minute and got him in a good position. That was a great play on his part. I'll give him that. Alrighty, now it looks like we have a 2-on-1 on the right. Let's see if we can capitalize on it. We're going to go ahead and keep ETN in the backfield here. And that linebacker was all over the field there, but he's still able to make the play for short of the line to gain, I should say. It's a 3rd and 2. Now, he probably expects ETN here. And here comes the blitz. And Kirk drops the ball. I pushed triangle on accident. Or it's Zay Jones who actually had hands on it. I thought it was Kirk. Well, that would explain why it was dropped, and now we have to punt. That's a little frustrating. In the AFC Championship game, you don't want drops like that. Zay Jones might be playing his last game as a Jaguar. He's not making a good case for me to come after him and re-sign, as Austin brings the return out to the 29. Yeah, that's not. If you want to get re-signed, that's not a great way. That's not a good look. Not at all. Zay Jones with the dropped ball. And that ball is incomplete. Maybe he might want a flag because there was incidental contact, but it will be 2nd and 10. Oh, that pass wide open again, and that's Batten. And oh boy. Trayvon Walker, we can't lose him. That's a big loss if he's actually hurt. And Harris cuts it back, and he's tackled after a gain of 1. Oh, this is tough. I don't want him to get hurt again. I mean, the good news is he won't be out the whole game, but we'll let him rest a little bit for now. It's more important that he is ready for our next few series here. Shift right, shift right. And he is able to get downfield. And it's a 1st down for Jalen Warren. That's one of our game plan plays, and he still just ran it right down our throats. No problem. And so far, he's had the momentum in this game, besides throwing the pick right to Lloyd. And, oh, what a spin move by Harris. And Harris goes down at the 11, 1st and 10. Can't say 1st and goal. It was almost a 1st and goal. So we just overran that play. This is where he might try to do an outside run. Harris breaking tackles. Harris gets to the 7. And it'll be 2nd and 6. And we overran it, and Harris is into the end zone. So Dave draws first blood in this one, as he gets into the end zone easily there, and it's 7-zip, as we were unable to stop Najee Harris that time. He's just so shifty. You can't tackle him easily. I mean, and that's what I was worried about. Nick Chubb had a big day against us in the wild card round. And we weren't very good about stopping Zach Moss, even though he had limited carries last week. And that pass off the mark, incomplete. We're looking for ETN, and the Steelers were ready for just about everything there. It'll be 2nd and 10. ETN was unable to get out of the backfield on that route there. And the line held up just long enough, and Ingram has our first down of the game. And maybe that will get our offense going after the 3-and-out on that first drive. I saw the blitz coming. I was like, oh no, pressure's coming. I didn't see any routes going very well there. And ETN's going to cut it back, and we get a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd and 4. And ETN gets the outside. ETN breaks the tackle, and he's down at the Steelers' 21. I knew running that play might be a risk, and it worked out as the first quarter ends with a bang for us, and we are knocking on the door here. Dave's got a 7-0 lead on us, but we are driving it here. We knew nothing was going to come easy in this conference championship. So we're going to have to keep pounding our way in. And here's Lawrence taking off, and Lawrence has got it first. It was just all over the field with that linebacker again. Kind of not knowing what he was going to do there or something. And our offensive line able to hold up, and they opened up that gaping hole for the Lawrence to just run up the middle too. Even though it was a pass blocking situation. And that time our left guard didn't get up the field. I was hoping, that's what I was hoping for, was our left guard getting up the field. And that just didn't happen. It's now 2nd and goal. He stayed on that double team just too long on that defensive tackle. There we go. Kirk into the end zone. Touchdown, Jags. Duval. And we answer Najee Harris with a little bit of a drive of our own. And McManus ties it up at 7. And I saw that defensive back creep towards the center. I was like, I got this. This is going to be wide open. I just made that that was predetermined. And guys, that might not be a great kickoff to run against Dave. And he's got a seam, but it is closed up quickly enough. Yeah, we got to be careful. He did return, like I said, he did run one back against Cave, and we don't want that to happen to us. And, oh, Najee Harris fumbles the ball, and it's picked up. Harris made the recovery himself, and what's he doing here? That is the third opponent that we have seen do that. Actually, I believe Dave was the first one, so actually, he's still the first opponent. But he pressed circle or square or something, and it caused him to do that, and now he has to burn a timeout in a situation he otherwise wouldn't have wanted to. And Pickett is dropped. Robertson Harris, where Trayvon Walker normally lines up, gets the sack on Pickett. And the coverage there was good. It's now 3rd and 16. And that pass broken up, incomplete. Jenkins broke it up. And it's a 3 and out for the Steelers. As it's now 4th and 16, he definitely has to punt here. I mean, we gave up a 4th and 19 conversion to Cave, but this is not a situation where you can go for it like that. Agnew's got space, and we're just going to run it out of bounds, and we're going to have great field position here. And now Kirk just didn't hold on to that block long enough. Either that or it's a bit too indecisive, one or the other. It's 2nd and 9 either way. As it's a great tackle by the defensive back there of Pittsburgh. Blitz comes off the edge, and it's caught. Agnew, first down. We got Agnew into space, our speedster. And it's another Jaguars first down. As we're now under 4 minutes to play here in half number 1. Now, the question is he going to bring those linebackers or not? He is. We're just going to give it to ETN, and he's unable to push forward. He's not the strongest of running backs. He's more of an elusive guy. You can't really expect him to do a whole lot trying to push piles forward or anything. And it's now 2nd and 8. And he's going to pinch the line of scrimmage, and that's a wise idea. And that pass caught. Agnew again. First down for Jacksonville. I was just reading the right side of the field the whole time, and he had it pretty well covered up until Agnew broke open there. As he came across from the middle, that was actually my third read. I thought he came up with that safety pretty high, and I thought maybe that was going to get wide open. And again, our left guard was kind of caught on a double team the whole time. We've been trusting our left guard a lot this year. And it'll be 2nd and 5. As ETN's still able to make the most of that. There's a screen. ETN is going to try to dive. He can't get it to the end zone, but it's 1st and goal. As it's 1st and goal at the 2. This game clock's going to go to the 2-minute warning. So it'll give us some time to think about our first play here. And ETN unable to get in on that play. It'll be 2nd and goal now. It's now 2nd and goal. I see that safety over there. Wonder if he's going to try and crash this play. And he's going to try. And ETN beats him to the outside. Touchdown, Jags! Duval! And that's his specialty, getting away from guys. And yes, our left tackle was just able to throw him off enough, too, and help us out. And that's what made that play successful. Critical extra point. All of them are in the playoffs. This one is right down the pipe. A minute 54. Pittsburgh has one timeout, and let's be a little bit more weary on our kickoffs now. And we didn't give them room there. That was the whole idea. Force them to have a much less room to have that running start that he likes to get. And force him to make a more traditional return. That was the whole idea of that. That pass caught. Firemuth breaks a tackle. He breaks 2 tackles, and he gets all the way to the 42 and stops the clock by getting out of bounds. There we go. That pass. Warren out of the backfield, and the clock's going to run here. And he took advantage of the hurry-up situation, and Warren pushes forward and gets a first. And now Deontay Johnson, or excuse me, Austin has the catch. I get their numbers confused. It's 19 is Austin, 18 is Johnson, and it's out of bounds. And it'll be 2nd and 5, and it wouldn't allow me to call cover 2, which is what I wanted to call, but it's now 2nd and 5, and now he's in a good situation again. He could even potentially try to run the football here, still having that timeout. And that pass caught. Johnson tackled, but they're going to say he got out. And the Steelers are having a lot of success here throwing the ball. We've just been a little bit lackadaisical. Now there's a penalty as this pass is broken up, but that's probably going to be offsides. And it is. That's another thing I hate about this stupid game sometimes. You just flip the play and your defensive lineman jumps off sides. Similar to when you call an offensive audible and your offensive lineman moves. So now it's 1st and 5, and that was a play where we had good coverage on too. And we're going to try and confuse. Oh, I got caught on Fatuski, the lineman. And he's going to have all day, but he throws it away. It's not grounding. I think he was trying to throw it to Freiermuth. I got caught on a lineman. Yikes. I mean, I've had a couple times where it's worked out for me, but that play worked out generally, at least. And that play going to the corner and touchdown Pittsburgh. Jenkins was late getting there. And that is our weak spot. Nobody ever tests Andre Sisco, but that's the thing. That is Jenkins' side of the field, and he knows it, and he took full advantage of it. And it's now tied at 14 here, as we were unable to defend Kenny Pickett's arm. And that's a little concerning. We do have all 3 timeouts at 39 seconds. But now he's probably expecting us to throw this football. This is where his defensive line could also try and take advantage of us. Take what the defense gives us here, and it'll be 2nd and 2. As they all kind of just dropped out. And it'll be 2nd and 2. Excuse me, y'all. And there's Engram open, and he's got a first. He's out of bounds with 29 seconds. As that's a first down. Again, just trying to take advantage of soft coverage here. Let's see if he presses up a little now. And that pass caught. Nope. Must have been out of bounds. It's now 2nd and 10. He's showing a 3 deep look here. And Lawrence is dropped. And it's now 3rd and 10. And they didn't really have a play to beat that. As Cam Hayward, not officially a sack, but it'll be 3rd and 10. As we're unable to escape the pocket either. And that pass nearly picked off. Wow, they read that well, and it's 4th down. We're going to have to punt, as that was great coverage on that last series there. Cook sends it. This is going to go out of bounds around the 15. They'll mark it at the 16. The goal was to make sure he couldn't return it there. And what does he decide to do here? Try to run Harris, probably. And Harris tries to cut the run back. He's not going to get much. So we're going to go into halftime. The same score we had against Marr. 14-14. We're probably going to keep the same game plan preferences here. I don't know, but the way he's throwing the ball, though. We don't want to lose run support, though. As it's now 14-14 here in this AFC Championship game. Agnew, we're not going to bring it out. So we'll start 1st and 10 at our own 25. ETN gets it on the read and not much. I tell you, I feel like the end never crashes on that play. So it's now 2nd and 8. And the safety could only take away 1, but he's still able to make a great tackle. Or I should say that corner that was there could only take away 1 of those 2 routes. It's just hoping to have long enough to be able to throw it. It's now 3rd and 2. Steelers show blitz. And Egram holds onto the ball, has got it first. He's breaking tackles. He's past midfield to the 45. He came with it. I was just waiting for Egram, really, to get out on that route because he was going to occupy the vacant part of the field there. And there was no way that safety was going to jar that loose. I made sure Egram was going to hold on to that all the way. And ETN gets away, tries to spin out a defender, and he was ready for that move, but it is 2nd and 2. So we're locked in yet another close game here. He's going to press up here. Trust his corners. And that pass, Kirk's got it, first down Jags. And I was looking for the wheel route that time, honestly, see if it came open, but that wasn't there initially, at least. And a great job there in coverage, and they're going to throw it away. He showed the blitz was coming, and he got me there, thinking it was actually coming. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Pass caught Kirk, and a great tackle there to prevent the first down. It'll be 3rd and 1. Now what we do, all those guys on the left side of the field. ETN wide open, into space, breaks a tackle, he's in! Touchdown Jags! Duo! I'm not sure where the flat guy was, but he may have been a little late getting there. And we come out of halftime and score immediately. That's, well, on the first drive. It took us a little bit, but that was the idea. We're going to send it, but not all the way to the end zone. And he gets past our first line of defense, and he gets to the 26. So let's see how he responds. He was able to throw the ball pretty well there in that first half. We got to respect it now. And there's Harris getting the ball, and he got a gain of 10 in the first down. Or excuse me, that's Jalen Warren. And there's Harris back in the game now, and he gets a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd and 4. There's the pass caught. Batten, first down. So, clock's ticking here in the third. See how he lines up. Okay. Alrighty, 1st and 10 at the 46. A run to Harris. Aluakin slows him down after a gain of 4. Wingard was the first guy there, and he gets credit for the tackle. And it's 2nd and 6. And that pass caught. Harris, he's got just short of a first down here. It's now 3rd and 1. And can we get off the field here is the question. And I mean, if he gets no yards on this play, I could see him going for it. It is a 1 yard to go, so he's allowed to. Shift everybody to the opposite side, interestingly. And he's going to have time to throw this ball, and Jenkins breaks it up! And it's 4th and 1. Jenkins just broke up a pass intended for Freiermuth. And now he's going to go. Here comes the run, and he's stopped! He is stopped! And we are able to get off the field on 4th down. As Jalen Warren unable to get the first down yardage. Oh, the Steelers were all over that. As we're unable to do anything with that play, it's now 2nd and long. We maybe got a little too complacent there. I was trying to get some trickery, but they were not fooled. And after that last drive, they expect ETN to try and have a big impact here on this second half. And that pass caught. Zay Jones, he has a first down. He just had a head of steam there. And that's all we needed. So now 1st and 10. Clock running down here in this 3rd quarter. And that pass, and ETN somehow got away and made something out of that as they read that screen very well that time. Now, after you run a screen once, the defensive line seems to adjust, and that's the problem I have with running it multiple times a game. I thought I could get him there, but TJ Watt was all over that. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. We have a 21-14 lead. And we have the ball, hoping to make the most of it here. But now the wind's in our face, so we have to keep that in mind. I'm thinking about maybe attempting a field goal. Something we haven't had to do since we played Music Fiend at the first half of that game while we're at that. ETN up the middle, and that puts us on the fringe of field goal range. And it's now 3rd and 3. And I thought that might be the same play that broke open against Marr. And that's a sack. We could not afford that. He set the house and it paid off for him. And that was probably one of the worst, besides a takeaway, that was the worst thing that could happen. He came with the blitz. He had press coverage all over the field. And I wasn't really confident enough in my receivers. And now we have to punt, and we have to trust our defense again against Najee Harris, Jalen Warren, and company. And this ball's going to go into the end zone. He's going to return it. Is he? No. I was going to say, no way. I was like totally unprepared for that for a minute. So he will take it at the 20. And this is still in his hands because we could not get out of getting sacked there. So field goal was out of the question. And that pass caught. Warren out of the backfield, and a great tackle there by Lewican to prevent a first down at 2nd and 4. That pass, oh my goodness. It's caught by Pickens. I'm not sure what Williams was doing. He just fell down. And I said, oh my goodness, because Williams fell down. If he doesn't fall down, he can at least make a tackle or attempt to make a play on the ball. Instead, it's another chunk play for the Steelers and a first down. And there's Warren into space. Warren! Tackled at the last second by Lewican. But he has a first down. It's a first down for Pittsburgh, and here's a shotgun look here. It's a draw play, and a great tackle there up the middle by Fatukasi. Fatukasi. I could never pronounce his name, that defensive tackle. It's now 2nd and 7. And Pickett got rid of it, and it's 3rd down. And I was going to say that's a sack, but no, it's not. It's not quite. As the blitz paid off. Can we shift further? And that pass caught Freiermuth, and Campbell was caught out of position there. If he's in position to make that tackle, then he doesn't make the first down. Instead, he gets it 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 for the Steelers. And he's going to have an incomplete pass for Austin, as Campbell that time was not out of position, and it'll be 2nd and 10. And I was just spamming square, like, just make a play on that ball, please. And that pass, oh, it's caught. Pickens for a first down. And Williams again missed the ball. And it's now 1st and goal for the Steelers. And he's going to have a chance to tie or even take the lead if he decides to go for 2. If he gets into the end zone here. And a read option. Pickett escapes. And Pickett's charge works. Unlike in the Civil War. As he's into the end zone and an extra point away from tying it, he will kick it here. And that's unbelievable. I'm not sure how Kenny Pickett got away there. So 3:23 to play here. And this guy seems to know everything I'm trying to do. He's watched a lot of my games, especially since I beat him in the regular season. And he didn't make the same mistake that he did against me in the regular season, which is throw a pick 6. He ran it with Pickett. And we can expect a lot more pressure now from this Steelers defense. So that's what he did on those last two plays. Sent those blitzes, got the sack, allowed us, made it so we couldn't take a 2-score lead against him. And that pass dropped by Kirk. As it's now 2nd and 10. And can the cardiac kid pull it off again is the question. Right now my heart is definitely up there. In my heart rate, 2nd and 10. Might not be good for this early in the morning either. And that pass, diving catch, Zay Jones, first down. What a play that was. And he's definitely finding my spots where I throw it, but he was just a little late getting there that time. Those safeties are a little close for my liking. Here comes the blitz. Kirk with the catch and a first down. And I saw those safeties a little close for my liking is what I said, and I was just like, yeah. And we can let this run at a 2-minute warning. And we're going to, because I don't like the way this looks. And he's going to show that same look here defensively. And he's all over that one. He broke it up. Incomplete. He dropped into a man. As Porter on the coverage, it's now 2nd and 10. And that pass caught. ETN 1st and 10 at the 11. As we were able to cook the linebacker down the field. And get a first down. And now he's going to have to start burning those timeouts. We're in a similar situation against the Browns where we could have gotten the first down inside the 3. This time it's at the 1. We have to get to the 1 and go down there. That's going to be a challenge. He does send the blitz, and that play doesn't work. And we prefer to get 6 here, obviously, too. If we have to... if we have to give them the ball back, 6 is obviously better than 3. And that's going to be a sack and a loose ball, and it's picked up by the right guard, fortunately. And now it's 3rd down. As Lawrence unable to escape, and he almost cost us there. And on 3rd and 19. He's going to drop out here. And Etienne's going to try and do everything he can, but it's going to be 4th down. So we're unable to run out the clock. And it's going to be 4th down. We do have to give it back to him, but we can at least kick a field goal and take the lead here. And bleed this clock as much as we can. But guys, the cardiac moments are back in the AFC Championship game, let me tell you. As we have a 32-yarder to take the lead here, late. And McManus from 32 for the lead. Has it. So we're in front with just under a minute left. We got to be careful on this kickoff. And he tries to cut it back, but he only gets to the 24. Now Duval County, stand up, make some noise. Make life difficult for this Steelers offense right now. He's going to throw. Oh, it's broken up. I thought Cisco, if he could get 2 hands up there, it would have sealed the game instead of 2nd and 10. Now he comes out empty here. And that pass, oh! Austin makes the catch for a first. And that pass made by Pickens. Pickens, can he get out? Yes! George Pickens got out of bounds. With 13 seconds to go, we were unable to make the tackle in bounds there. But I was more concerned about him just getting upfield there. And he's just going to throw it away. 2nd and 10. And now comes the field goal unit. And this is where we try to ice him and hope for a miss. He has the wind to his back. That's the one thing he has going for him. And this kick is up. It is no good! It's wide left! And we're going to the Super Bowl! We iced Boswell and it worked! The Steelers with no timeouts can't stop the clock. And we sent Duval County home happy one last time. AFC champions. As we have just knocked off Dave for the 2nd time, and he put up a much better fight this time, I'll tell you that. I mean, not saying he didn't put up a good fight the first time, but man, this was a great game. And he had me there. He really did. when he got that sack there at the beginning of the fourth quarter, I was thinking, oh no, here we go again. But I mean, at the end of the day, trust in our defense just enough to make sure that he couldn't get an easy field goal at least, and then he hooked it left, and we iced him. I mean, it's been used against me before, so don't at me. I don't agree with it, but if people are going to use it against me, I'm going to use it against other people. Like, come on now. Like, I mean, it's not. I'm not advocating for a league rule. It's more of just like I hate how the game does that, because in real life, icing the kicker rarely works. But in this situation, it worked. So we are going to the Super Bowl. And I am just in shock. And I didn't think I'd ever get up to play a game at 9:30 in the morning. And it's a conference championship game. And we're going to Super Bowl. And I already know who our opponent is. It is Chris. And he and I have a lot of history since he joined the league last year. So that will be fun. But and like I didn't pay as much attention to the NFC playoffs as I did the AFC, obviously, because one, I was involved, and two, like I wanted to know who I was going to play. But I watched that NFC Championship game, at least a little bit of it, because it happened, and I wasn't aware that was happening. And then I went back, watched some of it, and I saw Chris pull off the upset over Robo. Not sure if that was much of an upset. They're both very competitive. We did beat Robo this year too, though, so that don't count us out. I mean, I felt like I've been counted out, even counting myself out sometimes throughout this entire season. And it's just, this is unbelievable. Hold on, I'm messaging Dave real quick. Wow. I mean, Dave's a great guy. I mean, he put up a hard effort, and I look forward to playing him again next year. Guaranteed, at least. I'm not sure if the AFC South is playing. No, I don't think so. But it will be a competitive balance game because we both won our divisions. So we'll be playing him sometime in the regular season next year. But guys, we're going to Super Bowl. And I was a little concerned about some of our injuries, particularly Trayvon Walker. But we ended up pulling it off at the end. I mean, and I don't see anyone on the injury report after the game, so it looks like we will be at full strength going into the Super Bowl. Guys, wow! I'm just taking a minute. I'm letting this sink in. I'm technically a commish, so I can advance it right now. But before I do that, I'm gonna sign off. But I'm just taking a minute to let this sink in. And guys, I'd even be open to playing the Super Bowl today before I go to work, because as long as it works out with Chris's schedule. So I don't want to prolong the advancement to the offseason. I know a lot of you are waiting for these playoffs to be over, and I've been there several times. But, and if it works out, like if we can play anytime before 3 Eastern, we will get that Super Bowl in. Normally, I don't like playing 2-man games in one day, but I'm willing to do it for this. I mean, if I lose the Super Bowl today, it doesn't take away from what I did here against Dave, against Mar, against Music Fiend. Any of our playoff games we just won to get here. And I'm just happy to be in the Super Bowl because I've never been to the Super Bowl. I've never been there. I told you I made it to one AFC Championship game before this one, and I got absolutely destroyed. So I'm going to take a little bit to celebrate, obviously. Like, I'm not going to come out and play the Super Bowl right away, but after I get myself a little bit of celebration time, then we're going to play that Super Bowl. We're going to play that Super Bowl, whether it's later today or maybe tomorrow before I go to work as well. Hopefully we don't have to stretch it to Monday. But, and I don't even know what my schedule is yet. It hasn't come out, but unless it just came out recently while I was playing that game. Conference champions. Like, what a feeling. And I think, just to sum up, like, Dave's game plan in that game, that was smart. I came out expecting him to do the same thing he did against me the first time and just try to execute better than he did the first time, which is run all over us right down our throats. No, he got his passing game involved. He took a page out of my book. Well, because in these playoff games, I've been doing the same thing. I've been getting my passing game involved. It's not all about Travis Etienne. Yeah, like, Mar is like, Travis Etienne is Emmitt Smith. I took the words right out of his mouth there because he did say that last night. And he did have a great game against Mar. He didn't have the best game here today. He did find the end zone. Well, he also made that huge catch out of the backfield on that last drive, though. So he had impacts in other ways, but it was our passing game that got it done today. So, like, it's a little surprising because I was expecting it to be like Dave versus Cave again, where it was like dependent upon the two running backs and how they do. But we're going to the Super Bowl, and that's all that matters. And I knew when Etienne did make that catch, I knew I could at least put him in. If I didn't get to the one and run out the clock, or if I was pushed into the end zone, either way it was going to be a tough situation for him. So, okay. I'll go ahead and sign off now. I'll take a minute, celebrate, set up a time with Chris, and see when we can play this Super Bowl. But until then, be on the lookout. This is your boy J-Bob signing off saying, see you next time from League of Warriors Gentlemen. If I don't see y'all later, have a great day. Have a great weekend, everyone.